Imagine living in a world where fear simply doesn't exist. To many, fear is a fundamental emotion that serves as a protective instinct, crucial for survival. Yet a rare condition afflicts a small group of individuals, rendering them entirely devoid of fear. But just how do these individuals navigate life without the instinct of fear that arguably keeps most of us safe? Consider the extraordinary experience of Geordie Cernick, a British man who had his adrenal glands surgically removed in an effort to alleviate anxiety linked to Cushing syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by excessive production of cortisol, often dubbed the stress hormone. While this treatment did succeed in easing his anxiety, it had an unexpected and profound side effect. Geordie discovered he could no longer feel fear. During a visit to Disneyland in 2012, he conquered a roller coaster, yet felt absolutely no fear. This sensation, or lack thereof, did not stop there. Geordie also took leaps of faith by skydiving, ziplining off the Tyne Bridge in Newcastle, and abseiling down the Shard in London, all while his pulse stayed calm and steady. Though Geordie's story is fascinating, he is not alone. His condition may resonate with those familiar with Urbach-Wiethe disease, also known as lipoid proteinosis, an extremely rare genetic disorder affecting roughly only 400 individuals globally. One particularly notable case is that of a woman known as SM, who has been under scientific scrutiny at the University of Iowa since the 1980s. Early 2000s graduate student Justin Feinstein, now a clinical neuropsychologist, aimed to uncover just how afraid SM could become. "We showed her each and every horror film we could gather," recalls Feinstein. Interestingly, even when presented with genuine threats such as snakes and spiders, SM exhibited not only a lack of fear, but also an overwhelming curiosity, often wanting to touch these creatures. Urbach-Wiethe disease originates from a mutation in the ECM1 gene located on chromosome 1. This gene is key for maintaining the extracellular matrix, ECM, of the body, a supporting framework vital for holding cells and tissues together. When ECM1 becomes compromised, there is an accumulation of calcium and collagen, leading to cell death. The amygdala, an almond-shaped brain region crucial for fear processing, appears particularly affected by this process. In SM's case, the destruction of her amygdala meant she lost her ability to experience fear. Feinstein notes an intriguing detail. Despite her inability to feel fear, SM's comprehension of other emotions remains largely intact, including happiness, anger, and sadness. However, the story becomes more intricate here. While the amygdala plays a key role in certain fear responses, it seems not all types of fear are reliant on this structure. For instance, the amygdala seems especially involved in fear conditioning, a process where an animal learns to associate a neutral stimulus with a painful event, causing it to freeze in response to the stimulus alone. Yet, while SM is aware enough not to touch a hot pan fresh out of the oven, she is incapable of being classically fear-conditioned. She doesn't experience racing heartbeats or adrenaline rushes linked to stimuli previously associated with danger. Moreover, recognizing fearful facial expressions proves challenging for her, despite her ability to identify joy and sadness. Notably social and outgoing, SM has unfortunately found herself in dangerous situations, having faced threats with weapons on several occasions due to her difficulty in sensing the trustworthiness of others. Studies showcase her comfort with physical proximity to others. She prefers a much closer space compared to volunteers without amygdala damage. In one notable experiment, researchers instructed a stranger to approach SM while observing her comfort zone. They discovered that her preferred distance was a mere 0.34 meters, significantly shorter than others, indicating her unusual comfort level with proximity in social settings. Professor Alexander Shackman from the University of Maryland remarks on how individuals like SM often exhibit disregard for personal boundaries. They can venture too close to unfamiliar people, which healthy individuals would instinctively avoid. Yet, the fascinating nature of fear doesn't end there. Some fear responses appear unaffected by the amygdala. A pivotal study by Feinstein required SM to inhale carbon dioxide, a known trigger for feelings of panic and suffocation in many. Contrary to expectations, this provoked an overwhelming panic attack in her, a response stronger than anything she had previously experienced as an adult. Interestingly, this led Feinstein on a prolonged exploration of the amygdala's role in fear. He discovered that the brain essentially utilizes two distinct pathways for processing fear, varying based on whether the threat arises from external or internal sources. When external threats are present, the amygdala acts as a conductor, orchestrating a chain of events that invoke a fear response. Upon perceiving a threat, be it a burglar, bear, or snake, the amygdala swiftly communicates with the hypothalamus situated just above the neck's back, and the hypothalamus, in turn, activates the pituitary gland to instruct the adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline. This cascade results in the heightened heart rate and blood pressure characteristic of a fight-or-flight response. On the flip side, for internal threats like rising carbon dioxide levels, the brain employs a different mechanism entirely. Lacking oxygen receptors, the brain interprets elevated carbon dioxide as imminent suffocation. The brainstem, which governs unconscious functions such as breathing, senses this rise and instigates a panic response, while the amygdala surprisingly inhibits this response in unaffected individuals. Therefore, those like SM, who lack an amygdala, experience exaggerated panic responses. The precise reasons for the amygdala's behavior remain a mystery. Shackman emphasizes the significance of these findings. The amygdala is not the overarching key to all forms of fear and anxiety. It is vital in managing fear stemming from external threats, scary creatures and potential dangers, but less so in generating intense panic in reaction to internal cues. Finally, let's keep perspective. The extraordinary case of SM illuminates the evolutionary roots of fear itself. Every vertebrate, from mammals to fish, possesses an amygdala, which underscores its crucial role in survival. Yet, SM is just one individual, prompting the recognition that not all responses to cerebral injury will align uniformly. Each individual's recovery can vary significantly, influenced by many factors, including the timing and nature of the injury. As we reflect on these insights, it raises an intriguing conversation. What might our lives be like if fear were completely absent? How would it alter our interactions and decision-making? I invite you to share your thoughts below. Do you see fear as primarily beneficial, or are there instances where its absence might allow us to thrive more fully? Let's discuss.